Welcome back, CSE 3200 Yukon Stores. We're in the third and final video of Chapter 15 on App Bar. We've created a menu item. We've got it to navigate to the detail screen, allowing us to add a new crime. We have the communication with the database all set up. It actually works, but we have this deprecated method up here, and you can hover and it will tell you what kind of things are now expected. Again, this is a new deprecation since the class has actually started, so it took a little digging to figure this out. This is, so I'm going to have similar code to this, but this is going to go. Oh, and I want to explain the on options item selected method before I do this anyway. All right, so if you actually navigate using the show new crime, if the navigation is successful, then you should be returning true, and that's going to tell the application to stop with this action. Otherwise, what it should do is it should just keep calling itself in a loop. So this is actually an implementation that is meant for the activity, but the thing is that we're not using an activity, we're using fragments. And I'm guessing why this is deprecated is that this wasn't great functionality to keep us in an infinite loop this way. So let's comment this out, and I'm going to, I think I have the code I want on my clipboard, and I think that what's going to happen is we are going to comment this out in the onCreate, and I'm putting it in the onCreate first because that's the solution that I found online, and I found this, by the way, through our textbook provider. There's a couple of imports that we're going to have to do here, so let's take care of that. And you're going to see similar code, but notice that in this code we don't have this infinite loop. It's just going to say, otherwise we're going to return false instead of a recursive call on menu item selected. All right, so the solution I found said that in onCreate, we are going to make a menu host, and it's a slightly more complicated version of the code, but then code similar to what we had. This was later found that we need to have, we need to activate this on the resume state so that whenever we do whenever we navigate to the detail screen, we no longer see that menu item. And let's see if this actually works. And oh yeah, it won't. So it's going to crash. Or at least I expect it to, about now. Don't let me down, actually crash like I expect you to. All right, well, I don't get all of the error messages that I got before, but this is not running. So let's try again and see if I can get it to crash. Yeah, there we go. All right, so if I scroll through this, what I found was that I am making this call to inflate at the onCreate, and this is for a fragment, and that doesn't quite work. So I don't really even need the onCreate at all. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's take this code that I copied and pasted right here. Let's cut it. And this guy right here, it's not doing anything. So let's just comment it out. And what we're going to do is we don't want to put it in onCreate view. Remember that onCreate view is supposed to be very, very simple and just inflate the view itself. If we want any other actions afterwards, we want to do that in onViewCreated. All right, so let's see. I put this new code right here, and I suspect it works now. Looks promising. Okay, so let's add a new crime, and we're going to call this one way too many crimes. All right, and doesn't matter whether we have it solved or not. Hit the back button again, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, and we have it. All right, that does it. That wraps up chapter 15. I will see you guys in chapter 16, where we cover implicit intents. See you there.